and welcome back to Afrik Football. Welcome, guys. Definitely, we have an interesting encounter today. England takes on the US of A, which is one of the biggest games. I saw lots of comments on Twitter stating that it's one of two things that are going to happen in this game. If England wins today, we are going to America to start calling football football and stop calling it soccer. But if the USA wins today, us English speaking people, the British English type speaking people, who have to stop calling football football and we start calling it soccer. I know the stream has started late, but we do have on our screens right now the lines up for the two teams. Welcome to everyone who is part of the stream. We appreciate everyone who's showing up. We got 11,000 subscribers, meaning that right now, what we're only doing here is just having fun with you guys, enjoying ourselves with you guys, and having as much excitement as possible in this tournament. Did you guys see how Brazil played yesterday? I think we have to talk about the tournament favorites who are Brazil. Brazil had a marvelous game. It was a marvel to watch. To them, it seemed like they were basically just prepping, not even playing the game. It felt like a practice run. So, how did you feel about Brazil? And today's live stream, Mr. Wamba will be joining us slightly later because right now, Mr. Wamba is having some power problems. But, guys, we still have our prediction game. Yesterday, I got 3 of my 4 predictions correct. And today, I have come out with even better predictions today. I hope you guys will look at those predictions and enjoy those predictions because today I came out flossing. I came out shining with better predictions. I'm trying to get them on the screen right now. So just give me a few seconds as I pull up our predictions on the screen. So do write and tell us where you're watching us from and do give us your predictions because if today I lose my predictions, if Mr. Wamba wins today's predictions, I will have to cut my hair. Yes, that is a wager. I'm trying to grow out my hair and grow a beard. But if Mr. Mwamba wins tomorrow, if Mr. Mwamba wins today, I will have to cut my hair. I know my hair doesn't look as pretty, but you can see it in the waves when there's a fan. You can see that my hair is gorgeous. But we have a wager, me and Mr. Mwamba. If I lose today's predictions today, I have to cut my hair. And that's something I did not want to do. So if you guys are watching us right now, do let us know in the comments below what your predictions are because, guys, this is a very big game. As you can see right now on the screen, yeah, for all those who are joining us, I'm gonna state it again. We have a wager with me and Mr. Mwamba that if I lose today's predictions, like yesterday's predictions game that I won, it will mean I'll have to cut off my hair and my beard. So you guys do give us a prediction of what you think your predictions are going to be. But right now we do have on our screen the starting lineups for both teams. And ultimately, I'm gonna give a run through. The thing that I've noticed with most people are saying that England has a very good squad. I know they're ranked number 5th in the world, but people are hyping England too much. And I'd like to say one thing. The reason people are hyping England is because everyone knows all the players in the English team. It's not that England has good squad depth. England doesn't have squad depth like Brazil. England just has players that we are relatively familiar with because most of us do watch the English Premier League. And that's what I would like to state here categorically. England does not have squad depth. Most of the English players would crack under pressure as soon as this game starts, as soon as a big game starts, as soon as they play somebody like Brazil, England squad would crack under the pressure. But right now, the England squad is being led by Harry Kane, who is the captain, and the top man, flanked by Raheem Sterling and Saka. Mason Mount played just behind him. Drew Bellingham and Rice are in the midfield. And in the back line, we have the double of Manchester United players, which is Luke Shaw and Maguire. Stones Man City, Trippier out there. And finally sealed up by Pickford. Wow, the USA team, as we did see them line up in the first game, it's similar. They have Ware out on the side, White, who has replaced Sargent. We have Pulisic playing on the wing as well. We have Musa, Adams, Wes McKen, Dest as well, Zimmerman, Rem Robinson, and ultimately Tanner in goal. These two lineups are actually pretty good. The question that we have here in this live stream, I can see there's a comment by Kalutra saying loser shaves hair. How very convenient. Yes, how very convenient. The loser has to shave their hair. The loser of this game definitely has to shave their hair, guys. So if I do lose this game, my predictions are wrong. I have to cut my hair. It's not a hoax, guys. What you're seeing on the screen is true. If I do lose my predictions today, I definitely need to cut my hair. I will definitely cut my hair and my beard. Of course, I've been trying to grow out my locks. I'm trying to go for a dreaded look. So, everyone in the comments, do give us your predictions because it's gonna be heated today. Once Mr. Mamba does come onto the stream, it's gonna be heated. I won't lie to you. We're gonna have a very heated stream. We're gonna have a very heated stream. I'm hoping Mr. Mwamba can get his network going so that we can have him on the stream because definitely the games are better watched with Mr. Mwamba in our helm. But guys, we are looking at the Brazil team, and that's the reason why I brought up why I think the England team does not have squad depth. The main reason that we know the English team is because we watch the Premier League every weekend. The Premier League is a good league. The English media tries to scare most of us watchers by stating that the Premier League is the best league in the world and the players are the best players in the world. But I won't lie to you, Brazil is true squad depth, and nothing can match up to that Brazil team that I saw yesterday. The Serbian team seems to be panicking to play, but Brazil seems to be practicing. They seem to just be barely practicing in that game. And that, my friends, was why I think Brazil is going to win the World Cup. And that's the reason why I have Brazil as my biggest team. So, Madam Kalutwa, do give us your prediction for this game. We'd like to hear the predictions of the people. We like the comment, but would like to hear your prediction for this game. Do tell us, who do you think? Let me just put my phone on the charger. Who do you think is going to win this game? Do let us know in the comments below. And for the rest of you guys who are joining us in this stream, remember to like and subscribe to Afrik Football because we're doing a live watch along for the England team. Definitely for the England team. We'll be having a live watch along and we have a fans prediction segment in this very video. So if you're a fan and you'd like to predict, feel free to drop us your comment. I will be putting up on the screen in a few minutes what my predictions are. I'm just getting them done, and you guys will be able to give us your very own predictions as well. So do drop your predictions in the comments below because we really want to have an entertaining prediction game, and that's how we'll be going about it. So it's USA versus Wales. On your screen are the lineups. Hurricane captaining the three Lions. Guys, I know when it comes to this game, my prediction is gonna be well on the screen soon, of course. But I just have this weird feeling that it might be coming home this year. Oh, of course, it might be coming home in the semifinals. It might actually make it to the semifinals. Aside from that, we never know. You may never know, but I think it might be coming home to the semifinals. So I hope it does truly come home, guys, because England. But again, thinking about it, if England actually won this, these guys would be insufferable. I don't even know how would live with that, but these guys would definitely be insufferable. If England made it, these guys would be insufferable. We have another comment by Kaluto stating that I do not rate the USA at all, but stranger things have happened. Definitely, stranger things have happened when it comes to the USA. But honestly speaking, I think the USA has improved when it comes to soccer. Football. Sorry, guys. I keep getting it wrong. The USA has improved when it comes to football, but I don't think they can beat England because definitely, guys, we all know England is the team to beat in this group. So all we can do is wish USA the best. But ultimately, I would like to know if you do not rate the USA, what do you think the scoreline is going to be? Because we are working with scorelines and, well, not approximations. We're working with proven statistics and facts. Right now, soon, I'll be giving you what our predictions are, me and Mr. Mwamba, and they are up on your screens. We said Hurricane to score a goal. That's Mr. Mwamba. Mr. Mwamba says Hurricane to score a goal. He says USA to get 4 yellow cards in this game. He's playing it safe. Seeing from how I beat him yesterday, he's gone in the definitely the yellow cards route. And thirdly, he says first half to end 0-0. I don't know how I feel about that. And it says VAR to cancel a goal in this game. Mr. Mwamba might be onto something, but definitely, guys, you guys know I am the Oracle. And being the Oracle, you know that I know what my predictions are. And my predictions are short and simple. I said the USA to score the first goal. I know there's a huge doubt of the USA scoring the first goal, but I believe the USA will score the first goal. Secondly, I said Jude Bellingham is to get an assist in this game. He is starting in the midfield. And I think that is going to be my prediction. That is the harder prediction because that prediction comes from a place where Jude Bellingham isn't even playing behind the main striker. So him getting into an assisting position must be my 3 points prediction. Thirdly, Weston McKennie to get a yellow card. Yeah, you guys know where this is coming from. But yeah, Weston McKennie to get a yellow card is something I'm looking forward to. As well as a goal to be scored between the 45th and 60th minute. Guys, these are tactical predictions. If you used any of these predictions on the screen and made a single individual ticket, you'd probably be a rich man because that's how we roll at Afrik Football. We give you the best predictions at the best time for you to be able to play the best game. I can see lots of you are joining us, so I'd like to know what are your predictions for this game. Do let us know in the comments below. I'm just trying to get Mr. Mwamba here to join us in the stream. He still says he does not have power. No, we'll wait for him to get some power. We'll definitely wait for him because, okay, let us get into the nitty gritties. The teams are about to step onto the field right now. And if two teams do step on the field, it's gonna be a good game. I'm really excited for this game. I want to see how the USA is gonna perform in this tournament. I really want to see, and I think this is probably gonna be one of their biggest tests. If they do get past this US team, they definitely would be one of those amazing teams in this tournament. But overall, I'm still backing Brazil to take this one. But now we'll look at the form of the two teams while and before entering this tournament, of course, and with the game from this tournament. England, of course, did beat Iran 4 or 6-2 in the first game, the opener of the group, while USA and Wales actually drew 1-1. And seeing that Wales today was battered 2-0 by Iran, the last game between USA and Iran is going to be exciting. I could say none, but it's gonna be an exciting game. England versus Germany. England lost to Italy. England lost to Hungary, and England drew against Italy. That is how England has performed going to this tournament. While on the other hand, the USA has drawn against Wales in the first group game. They drew against Saudi Arabia. They lost to Japan. They drew against El Salvador, and they lost to Grenada. Surprisingly, Grenada. Well, surprisingly, Grenada is a country. I always thought it was like a club in Spain, but hey, what can we say? So out there, back on the screen, that is the prediction of this game. That is the starting lineup of this game. As you can see, the two teams have lined up formidably, and we're expecting to have a very good game. So do drop us a comment and let us know what you think about in this game. What do you think the scoreline is going to be like? And up on your screen are still our predictions, guys. I can see people dressed up in USA full suit. A USA fan is dressed up in a full suit. Right. So for all those who are joining us, welcome back to Afrik Football. We're doing a live stream and watch along for the USA versus Wales game. If you've seen our predictions that were dropping on a daily, you know that me and Mr. Mwamba have a wager going on. Wait states where we give our predictions. For every correct prediction is 2 points. Every wrong prediction is zero. Every prediction that is the same is a 1-1. And for every prediction that the other deems to be impossible and does happen, that is a three-star prediction. That is the metrics we're using. So for all of you who are joining in, do join in on our prediction metrics, and you definitely be enjoying this prediction metrics, guys. Let's see how it does go. You can see Harry Kane is in. The two teams are going out on the pitch right now. The fireworks display, the fire display before the match starts is in. So now we'll definitely be starting this game very soon. But what do you think are the chances of England actually winning this game? Do you fancy the USA actually winning this game? Like, I'd like to hear from all of you what you think, what your predictions are for this game. Live on our screen is our predictions. This is definitely gonna be one of those games where both teams ought to bring their A game, because it's one of those do or die for the USA. The USA needs a win. They're the only team in this particular group that do not have a win. So I think the USA needs to get a win, because Iran got a win earlier today where they actually beat Wales, which was a shocker, probably one of the bigger shockers of this tournament. But Wales was poorly disappointing in the first match. I felt like the USA would have probably won that game, but this time we're gonna see what the USA can do against a formidable opponent. The Gareth Bale effect did not work, but again, Hennessy getting a red card was too bad for the Wales team, and I'm assuming that's the reason the Welsh team lost that game. We do have in the stands David Beckham is in the stands of this game. So the biggest question we have here is, what can this USA team actually do? Can this USA team actually beat this English team? And on the page right now, if you remember to like and subscribe, is our predictions on the screen right now. It's our predictions. My predictions with me and Mr. Mwamba that we made earlier this morning. You can use these predictions for your betting tips. For all those who do like sports betting, that's the main reason. I've gotten lots of insight from lots of people who also shared it on my WhatsApp status. They were saying that they actually enjoy our predictions. Somebody made a bit of money off of yesterday's prediction. So if you also want to make a bit of money off our predictions, the predictions are on the screen. All you have to do is sit down, get whatever betting site, and if there are any betting site, well, managers or staff watching this prediction, this video, do remember that we can sponsor a spot here, and we could brand you, we could add you as a brand here, and our predictions will be something people could use on your website. So my predictions are that the USA will score first in this game. Bellingham with an assist in this game. Weston McKennie to get a yellow card, and a goal to be scored between the 40th and 60th minute. So I don't know who's gonna score that goal in the 40th and 60th minute, but I'm assuming it's gonna be the USA, of course. It better be the US of A, or else at the end of this game, if England does lose this game, we shall call it soccer. Going forward, we'll be calling this is a soccer World Cup instead of a FIFA World Cup because definitely, guys, FIFA is it's a federation of international football. So if England does lose this game, guys, African football might have to change its name to Afrik Soccer. Maybe. I don't know how you feel about that. Do let me know in the comments below. Like, do you want Afrik football to change its name to Afrik Soccer if we do lose this? If England loses this game, I think that should have been one of the wagers that me and Mr. Momba should have put up as a prediction. Like, if England does lose this game, Afrik football should be called Afrik Soccer. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I'd like to hear that in your comments below. And for all those, please do let us know where you're joining us from. The two national anthems have been sung, and the three lions are on the pitch, with the USA as well on the pitch. It's well, guys, really a momentous occasion. These two teams have only faced each other in a friendly that ended 3-0 in favor of England, of course. So this will be a nice game to watch. It's soccer versus football. As tactical manager always says, it's called soccer, but no, guys, it's called football. And the USA team is wearing their blue kit, which is really cool. I actually like this jersey. I don't know why there's not many of these USA kits in Zambia. I've not seen anyone selling the USA kits. But if you want to find this USA kit, don't forget we can supply you. Afrik Football has an Afrik Athletic where we have jerseys, we have sports merchandise, and you guys can like and subscribe to that side of Facebook, and you'll be able to get yourself cool kits, nice jerseys, player versions, of course, and fan versions as well. I can't believe the youngster is captaining the USA. I always believed Pulisic would be the best captain, but well, Adams. How old is Adams? I think I should find out. Adams is a 23-year-old Leeds player who is taken over from Pulisic as the captain, as you can see on the screen. Adams is just 23 years old from Leeds and is the captain of the USA. He looks fairly younger and younger, as you can see from there. So this young Adams basically does have an interaction with some of the Premier League players. So because he does play for Leeds, so he knows lots of the guys who are on the pitch. He's faced them once or twice in the Premier League season, or as Americans like to call it, the Premier League. So I hope Adams has the capabilities of being a coach and the leader for this team. But again, Harry Kane did take on the reins of being the captain of the English team at a very young age. So no bad blood for Adams. I hope we can all we can do is wish him nothing but the best. So do let us know where you are watching this particular game from so that we can have an interaction, we can have a chat. You guys can come up here and give us your insight and wisdom and philosophical wisdom. So yeah, you can see they have a female referee who's from, I'm assuming, the Oceania region or the Asian region, of course. And I think she's gonna be the linesman, the fourth official. And on the screens they have confirmed Greg Berhalter's um, starting lineup, of course. As you see it on the screen, that is the starting lineup that Greg Berhalter is actually going with in this game. So yeah, I guess it's prediction time. So I'd like to know what everyone's score prediction is. So right now, write in my prediction for the game. How do I see this game going? I'd like to know how I see this game going. From the two starting lineups, I fancy a draw. A draw definitely might be a draw. Is my prediction. Definitely, the draw is my prediction, guys. I'd like to know what yours is. You can write it down in the comments, tell us what your prediction is, or you can always predict the game, or you can predict a particular moment that is going to happen in the game. You can do either or. You know, that's how we're going to keep this stream interactive. I see there's lots of interaction from Kagulura, who is one of our biggest fans of African football. We've had that since the days of Kaiser Chiefs. It's nice to see you coming on the stream. If you can find Mr. Gino Otto, would really appreciate you and Mr. Gino Otto were very good for the Soweto derbies. Would really appreciate those. So on Kagulura writes, Afrik soccer lacks the je ne sais quoi that Afrik football has as a channel name. I also feel the same, guys. Afrik soccer feels kind of weird coming off our tongue. Oh, and the game has begun with England kicking off the game from the start. Guys, let's not forget that we do have a prediction going on for today's game. The stakes have never been higher. If I lose my predictions today, if Mr. Wamba gets his predictions correct, I have to cut my hair. I have to cut my beard as well. Those are the stakes for this game today. So I am hoping all these predictions do go right on my end because I'm not ready to depart with my hair. I really am in love with my beard right now. I think it would really cramp up my style. And how would you guys feel with me not having a beard? I think that would be weird. But ultimately, if I do lose my predictions today, I have to cut off my hair. Or if Mr. Mama loses his predictions, he has to cut off his hair. So this is gonna be interesting. I hope Mr. Mamba does come on the stream because he did call me earlier and stated that he's having some network issues and some power issues because you know how ESCOM does behave sometimes. There is a nationwide blackout somewhere out there in the regions of Monsawombo where Mr. Mamba is. But ultimately, those are our predictions right there. If I do lose the prediction game today, I do have to cut off my hair. If I do win the prediction game today, I do have to keep my hair. I get to keep my hair. So I'd like to hear what everyone else's predictions are. And as you can see right now on the screen, we do have our predictions, and those are my predictions. And I hope they all go according to plan. So now we're gonna move on and focus on the game as it is. So for all those who are new here, remember to like and subscribe. We are 11,000 subscribers, but I know we haven't been creating content that appeals to our core audience because you do know we have a core audience that is African based. But it's been a bit harder for us to focus on African games because of the time the games are being played. Most of the times, African games are being played during the day, and we find ourselves at work, which makes it a bit harder. So, for all those who are joining the stream who do not know why there was a comment about Madam Kagulura saying why we're gonna call it Afrik soccer, the reason is if the USA actually wins this game, we will change the name of the channel to Afrik soccer. If the USA loses this game or draws, we'll keep the name Afrik football. So we'd like to hear your comments. Would you like us to change the name to Afrik soccer if an inevitable happens? Like if the worst possible solution. So today is all about the stakes for me. There's two stakes. If USA wins this game, we might have to consider the name Afrik Soccer going forward because the Americans have stated that if this game ends with them winning, definitely football has to be called soccer. But if the game ends in the favor of England, it definitely has to be maintained as football. So the biggest question we do have here is how does Afrik soccer sound to you guys who are joining us in this stream? And if we did lose this wager as Afrik football and England actually or USA actually won this game, would you like us to be called Afrik soccer? Do let us know in the comments below. And that's one of our talking points. So there's another comment by Kagulura today. But Kagulura is bringing in the fire. Like all like days of old when we would have the Kaiser Chiefs Orlando Pirates games and they would come in and comment Manakaluto. So there's the comment saying that England may win, but my spirit of underdogs may save the day. But the spirit of underdogs may save the day for the USA. I do not understand why you think the USA is an underdog. I do know they are ranked very high up on the FIFA ranking. They are ranked number 16, which is weird. They are ranked highly than most African nations. Why is that? Does anyone want to explain to me why the USA is ranked higher than most African nations? That is weird. USA is definitely not better than Ghana. Ghana would wallop the USA if you were to begin it. How is the USA better than Ghana and Cameroon? That is a talking point that I would like to dissect at a future point, to be honest. But okay, but as it currently stands, guys, we're bringing up our predictions on the screen. These are predictions. The world famous Afrik predictions are up on your screen. So if you notice any of these moments happening, I'd like you to give us a shout out and tell us that your prediction was correct and I used it in a bet. Some people used my predictions from yesterday, which I got 3 out of 4 were correct. And those that did use my predictions actually did win some money. And some have come into my comments saying, thank you for your predictions. I actually made some money. So far, the game is in the 5th minute. And England and the USA seem to be settled and trying to play it out from the back. John Stones and Maguire are playing as the two at the back. I'm seeing what Southgate is doing. He's trying to shift from that five at the back. He's playing the back four, as we've noted lately. But right now, I think he's playing the back three with with five wing or with five midfielders, inverted wingers as well that do overlap. You can see Saka as well is having positionally he's dropping, but Jude Bellingham, who is my wild card for this game, is dropping to get the ball from the midfield to create a sort of paradox and paradigm in this game is what I'm seeing from this game. Those are the tactical points of this game. So for all those who are joining us, do remember to like and subscribe. We're already at 11,000, so we're already thankful. But we just want to have more of you recurring viewers who will be coming into our streams. Today we did not have lots of streams during the day because of work commitments. So we were unable to give you the streams during the day. But we've given you the very most important game of the day, which is the USA versus England game. For all those who do not support England, I would like to know if you do not watch the Premier League, who do you support? I know there's some Barca and some Spanish fans in here, but I'd like to hear it from you guys. Why don't you support any team in the Premier League? I know lots of people had moved to Barcelona because of Messi, but now that Messi has left Barcelona, I've seen some people starting running back to Liverpool. So I guess the biggest question I have right now is Liverpool's glory days over? Has Liverpool gotten to the end of their glory days? I'd like to know in the comments below. Do share what your opinions are about Liverpool. Because clearly we have England playing today. And from the starting lineup, you notice that Southgate doesn't have any Liverpool players in this team. None at all. No, not even a single Liverpool player. Manchester United is heavily represented in the back line with two. You can see Declan Rice is there. Bellingham as well, which is Borussia Dortmund. Sterling from Chelsea. Nelson Mount from Chelsea. Harry Kane and Saka, Arsenal and Tottenham respectively. Trippier from Newcastle and Pickford from Everton. So is this the downfall of Liverpool? Liverpool barely have anyone in the English starting 11, which is sort of a disgrace because Liverpool has always been the team with Manchester United that have supplied the national team with players. Seeing that Bobby Firmino, so Robert Firmino, isn't even playing for the Brazil team because he was left out. Do you think the quality in Liverpool has dropped? I know Darwin Nunez is playing, is the only Liverpool player who's actually started and cemented in his national team. Do you think Liverpool has fallen from their grace? Do you think the downfall of Liverpool has actually started right now? I'd like to know and I'd like to hear from you in the comments below. Is the downfall of Liverpool, has it begun? You do let us know in the comments below because I can't believe Liverpool has fallen from grace in such a short period. I can see England is trying to build up from the back. Okay, there's an attack by England. Okay, Bellingham with an assist. Harry Kane. Ooh. Kane. Guys, my predictions are almost coming true. If you've seen from the very first play, Bellingham almost had an assist in there. But Kane actually, Saka with a cross through to Kane. Then Kane, okay, that was well defended. That was well defended by by Zimmerman or by Zimmerman. That was a very good, well defended to get a corner for the USA team. Mount with a shot. and it is a goal kick. All right. Okay. So, guys, we were having a discussion and talking point, and the question was: has Liverpool fallen? Is this the end of Liverpool? Do you think Liverpool are going back to where they're from? Like, do you think Liverpool has reached the apex and the peak, and there's nothing else more for them? Let me try and get Mr. Mwamba onto this team because you guys do know Mr. Mwamba is our hugest asset here, and he will bring some divergent views for us. That was a very poor shot by Mason Mount. I don't even lie to you guys. The game is already in the This game seems to be moving very fast. I think maybe because I'm enjoying the game, but I don't know. But this game seems to be moving very, very quickly. Uh, What do you think? Why do you think there's a reason that Greg Berhalter did not play our guy Sargent? Because I think Sargent had a very good game in the first game, and I don't think he was the reason there wasn't a goal. But again, guys, as well, with all the 11 minutes played, my honest opinion is the USA isn't attacking as much. They're basically hovering out there and holding their position, giving England a chance to play from the back with Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw out there being playing from the back. Guys, there's a question I'd like to ask. How do you feel about Luke Shaw as a player? I believe Luke Shaw is probably one of the most talented players I know. Every time Manchester United buys somebody to replace him, Luke Shaw comes up and shows us why he is one of the best midfielders in or best defenders in the game of soccer, football. Sorry, his consistency with getting a starting position. He goes out in the summer, gains a bit of weight. You sign somebody to replace him. Luke Shaw becomes better again, and he starts beating everyone. Did you see how we had Malasia coming in with the vibe, the vigor, the energy? Then Luke Shaw was like, "Not on my watch, brother man." And Luke Shaw managed to get himself back. I'd like to see the English team actually get a few passes, string in a few passes. Bellingham is a really talented player. I won't even lie to you guys. Seeing him at Borussia Dortmund, he's always been an exciting player, of course, and an insightful player, nonetheless. I'll say nonetheless. But seeing how he is performing in this game, I'm very inspired. Okay, there's the 1-2 Saka. Kane just missed one of those acrobatic kicks that you'd have gotten. All right, we do have 30 minutes, 14 minutes played in this game, and it seems, oh, of course, the USA has not attacked, and being the underdogs that they are, they have just been getting attack after attack, wave after wave by England. And as you know, Saka is probably gonna make the most out of this game because the English team is built to play against teams like the USA. USA is afraid of the English team because they believe the home of real football is, of course, the UK, of course, England. So, okay, there's a chance there. Robinson out there, it's a good play, but he still takes it back. I don't know what Greg Berhalter's um, formation and strategy for this game are, but it seems like they might need to make an adjustment. They need to make adjustments to this team because the team is hardly gelling. The team is hardly getting all out of their box to get anything going. Well, I can see the commentator saying that, okay, of course, that has been pocketed. Okay. So the USA is trying to build up, that they are trying to get as many passes as possible, but they keep getting dispossessed by the English team because Harry Kane would steal it. Saka, of course, is playing in the midfield as being the heart of the midfield. Luke Shaw is looking very good today. Not very bad. Luke Shaw, Stones, and Maguire are playing solidly at the back. England has had an attack with Saka kicking it to Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw with a cross attempt to Saka, of course. The link up play between Saka and Luke Shaw. And Saka, oh no, that wasn't Saka Luke Shaw. That was Raheem Sterling and Luke Shaw. That was like a very good 1-2 pass by the two keepers out there. But the USA team isn't making any strides going forward. Every time they try to make anything going forward, I feel like they do fall short because they lack the creativity. And the British and the UK team, of course, the England team is playing in certain silos. Of course, they are in sync today. Yes, definitely. The USA team or the England team today is in sync, which isn't giving a chance to this USA team to do anything going forward. We have a comment here by Zobriz Zubri's World stating USA, 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 USA. Zubri's World would like to know what is your prediction for this game? Because definitely it has to be the USA to win this one. And we are excited about the USA as well. Would like to see it. And we have a wager going on right now. The two wagers going on. If my predictions are wrong, as Mr. Zach, I have to shave off my hair, of course, my beautiful beard. But as well, if the USA does win this game, Afro football might have to hold a referendum and decide if the name of the channel should continue being Afro football or we should call ourselves Afrik soccer in line with the USA, of course. So I'd like to know, Mr. Zubri's world. Do let us know in the comments below. What are your predictions for this game? And where are you watching Afrik football from? Would like to know if we have subscribers from different parts of the world. Do let us know. And on the screen is our predictions.
when he was younger, breaking into the Birmingham team at just 16 years of age. He's learned that streetwiseness, hasn't it, from the older players. Of course, has done ever so well for Dortmund and shine on the biggest stage, not just at this World Cup, but the Champions League as well for the German side. As
Maguire is kind of solid today. Like, I don't even lie to you guys. Maguire is solid today.
The right hand side, just a clever knockdown then by Kieran Trippier. There's John Stones on the ball now, and the Americans in that flat 4-4-2. It's a 4-3-3 in attack, but as you said, Ben, there's Mr. McKennie dropping in on that right hand side of midfield just to make it a flat 4, and Timothy Weah getting involved just inside. England overplaying a little bit there as Kieran Trippier's ball just goes out for a throw to the Americans.
It's kind of disheartening to see how England is playing today. Like, they're not as ferocious or with attacking with as much intent as you'd like to see them attack with. But do let us know in the comments below.
As Harry Kane's just battled there by Tyler Adams, who's pulling it his shoulder, but he holds onto the ball. As the Spurs striker drops it off to Saka, then Bellingham gets involved, just drops the shoulder, cuts back the other way. Maybe it was foul, but for a moment the Americans continue to play. The referee says as an advantage as Nusa plays across the midfield into McKennie. Dest looking to break forward down the right. Declan Rice dragged out to midfield to try and cover him. Here comes Dest, looks to cut one back to the edge of the box, but in the end, a deflection from Declan Rice sees the ball hit the feet of Luke Shaw, but the Americans win it back in a good position. Can they keep this momentum going? Here's Pulisic, drives forward 5 yards, flicked back by Weah, out to the right for Dest, touches the ball once, crosses it right-footed, and it just lands perfectly in the hands of Jordan Pickford.
All right, so Pickford is actually getting the ball right now in this game and doing the most in this game. And there's a comment by Mr. Kalaji saying the truth is USA can't play soccer. Well, they can't play soccer, but this is football. So how do you think they're going to perform in a game of football, though? Mr. Kalaji, do let us know what your prediction is and where you're watching us from.
much height about him, not least any aerial ability. The two strikers were a bit more out on the far side, but again, balls into the box at least. America they're testing the English defence. It's the first action that Pickford's had to get involved in. Had your right header, of course, earlier went quite in the end, a few yards wide, but it's been a good response from the US because, as we said, England have had a lot of the ball. When America do have the ball, they're trying to come forward a lot because it was Bellingham that got dispossessed by Yunus Musa earlier on, and he got the ball forward pretty quickly, and just found a lot of space now into the half.
Yeah, in the middle, looks all over the top, searching.
And Mr. Kalanjares, England is off today. The only thing England is good at is marketing their players. Definitely, England relies a lot on basically the media. The English media is hyping the English players with no aval. Like, I do not see that English talent. Most of the people are comparing this English team to the Brazil team, but they do not have squad depth. Brazil is a team in a class of its own. So yeah, Mr. Kalanja, right?
Control on the game once again.
But what is your prediction, Mr. Kalanja, for this game? I'd like to hear your predictions. For everyone in the stream, I'd like to hear what your predictions are.
It's Bellingham who picks it up. Musa can't get close to him. He fires it out to the left. Maguire down the line into Shaw. Drop back to the centre half on halfway. And if there's no avenue there, England are more than happy to turn back and restart. They're very confident in their attacking setup, aren't they? So why not, with the amount of talent they have in the squad? For not quite being able to cut.
Yeah, Mr. Kalanja says that somewhere in Kablonga, Lusaka, Zambia. Thank you for logging in and subscribing. For the rest of the people who are joining us in this stream, do let us know where you're watching us from, because we are working with the interactions. That's how we build up on this game, guys. And ultimately, what do you guys think is going to be the final score of this game? Because it seems like none of these two teams are emphatic to try and score in this game. So I think this game might actually be a draw, as I've stated, maybe even a 0-0 one. Do let me know in the comments how you feel about this game so far, because 29 minutes has been played and it's a snooze fest. None of the teams are trying to shoot and attack on the other's goal.
We are a quarter of the way through the game then, Ben, and over to you. So hopefully being the first goal of the game.
Cheers, Matt, what you just said it then. Yeah, still goals between the United States. Already have been 4 nights in this World Cup competition. And he won in the previous World Cup in 2018 back in Russia. Already on track to try and match 7. Yeah, previous one 2014 in Brazil. Having said that, we have seen a lot of goals draws at half time. Namely, just the Wales-Iran match.
So one thing I've learned, Mr. Mwamba played on my psychology by stating that this game, his first half, is going to end 0-0. He knew what he was saying. Most of the games in the World Cup have actually ended 0-0 at the halftime. So he is actually wanting me to cut my hair. Guys, there's a wager going on. If I lose these predictions today, I have to cut my hair and my gorgeous beard.
From the Chelsea man, Zimmerman can clear the loose ball. He's second right though. Time America are clearing it at this stage. And 2 men. Quiet now into Stones. Dropping deep, giving it back to Manchester City defender again. Looking for the long ball this time. Out to the right wing. Bukayo Saka. Touch from the Arsenal man as well. Under the pressure of Anthony Robinson. Let's go for US throw in. Deep inside territory. So, as you said,
I don't understand why these two teams aren't coming at each other as hard as possible. I thought this was going to be one of those big matches where everyone would be firing shot for shot, target on target. I really miss the Brazil game. Can somebody please take me back to the Brazil game? Because this game is weirdly very boring.
As you say, they're not making that final ball pay. Looking over the top quite a few times, as you also said, great ball before from Maguire over to Sterling on the left side, wasn't it? Gave him 5 or so yards to sprint into in front of him and attack Serginho Dest, but he rather fooled himself as well as the defender. I don't think anybody really knew exactly where it was going to go, and it's just those moments, isn't it, that Sterling and Saka on the long ball just need to neaten up a little bit if England creates an opportunity.
Pulisic just rise to the challenge of Kieran Trippier. He's tracking back to get into the back line of England. Venezuela. Just wave play on. It's actually right now. It's into Tyler Adams, the captain for the United States. Into Weston McKennie. It's in the red, white, and blue. His hair. Raheem Sterling. The outer space finds Yunus Musa rather well. He gets into the area. Knocked by Jude Bellingham. Over to the right full back. Nino goes further back for Timothy Weah. Looking for Haji right. There it goes to Weston McKennie. McKennie, and he wasn't marked by either John Stones or Kieran Trippier. Juventus
Guys, I don't understand what the USA is trying to do. I don't. Oh yeah, the USA has had a very good shot in the form of Weston McKennie, and McKennie was supposed to basically just score that. You lower it to the ground, you control it with your legs, and this is a Juventus player who plays in the Italian Serie A. He should be very good, guys. This is very disappointing from him. I'd like the USA to score that first goal so that my prediction does become right, guys.
But I don't think Saka really looked over his shoulder to see where he was. But that is a fantastic chance for America. It's a wasted one.
all eyes really were on that aerial prowess of Hadji right, so he just slipped towards the back post to get that strike away. Even looking at the replay then, even more evident they should be doing better with that chance. Easily the biggest of this fixture so far. Harry Kane, of course, had a half decent chance in the early stages, blocked by number 3 Zimmerman. Right now, halfway line to Harry Maguire again. The long ball for the far side. Sure, just about keeps it in play. Heads it further on, looking for Raheem Sterling. Serginho Dest does well. Even does better to launch it into the feet of the Manchester United fullback for a throw in. Kenny wants to take relatively quickly. Instead, he gives it to Serginho Dest, of course, on loan with AC Milan at the moment. Barcelona, so plenty of attacking capability. He was involved in that attack just then for United States. It was typically Weah, the goal scorer in their previous fixture.
Oh, and I'd like to mention one thing. I really liked how Coach George Weah celebrated with his son Timothy Weah after he scored his first goal for the US in that World's game. So, guys, who do you think is gonna make it out of this group? I'd like to know who's gonna qualify out of this group because definitely today Wales losing against Iran has been the biggest shocker for us. But again, Hennessy had the red card, so it means it should be an exciting affair on the very last day if this game ends as a draw.
And he doesn't win it, and therefore thinks, "Oh, let's panic, let's win the ball back."
Quite out of position as well. In the centre of the field, advanced area. I've mentioned England orange changed in this fixture, following off from an emphatic 6-2 victory over Iran. They'll be hoping to get a second victory in 2 group stage matches. They only achieved that on 3 previous occasions, 1982, 2006, and the previous edition, Russia 2018, where of course we reached the semi-finals. Extra time, heartbreak against the eventual finalists, Croatia. Here come America. Pulisic out now to Anthony Robinson. Mr. McKennie again getting into the area, drifting out from his right wing position. Chance to strike from range, deflected off of Declan Rice. Fortunately for him and for Jordan Pickford, straight into the hands of the Everton goalkeeper. But they've really got into the game now of America. They're getting more shots than England. But well, outside of the McKennie chance, I suppose they're still looking assured in defence.
Finally, I can say that the USA team has tried to activate and they're getting better at what they're doing. Well, of course, Declan Rice did stop that ball and got into the way of that ball. But the USA team has decided to be better right now. They're actually attacking. They could get the very first goal, as I predicted in our predictions game. So we hope Mr. Wamba does find his electricity and get here and back his predictions because ultimately right now it's not looking too good for his predictions.
From Luke Shaw looking for Mason now. Well tackled in the end, really. Right. Serginho Dest goes kindly into the hands of his goalkeeper Turner. Of course, the United States have got plenty to prove, given that Iran just defeated Wales in the match of this group. There's certainly no stranger to causing a shock against England, of course, 12 years ago. Yeah, well, he's frustrated to be lined in a 1-1 draw in South Africa. And then perhaps the finest moment in American football history, not that sport, of course, in American soccer history, if you will, in 1950 when they defeated England.
And lest we forget, guys, we have 2 wagers going on. If Mr. Mwamba beats me in our prediction game, that you can see right now on the screen, I will have to cut my hair. But if, again, the USA team does win, Afrik football will be forced to reconsider by way of a referendum if we should change our name to Afrik Soccer. So the stakes are bigger than ever.
It was more of a tactical foul in the end. It's good play from America coming out of it, press from Bukayo Saka. Zuze would have been away there into the defensive area. Of course, John Stones would have been heavily out of position had he not brought him down. It's one of those tactical fouls that maybe if a Qatar referee could have shown one, but he's kept them in a shift, I suppose.
Yeah, he has absolutely. The first half between Wales and America was the referee was very card happy, and there were a few challenges that did pick up yellow cards that necessarily could have on a different day like today wouldn't have been given. Like Serginho Dest, I think, sliding on the near side of the pitch, it probably wouldn't have been a yellow card. There are 3 Americans in the first 11, and then Acosta on the bench who's already got a yellow card, of course, in this competition. That one, yes, Stones has thought to himself, hasn't he? He's gone, I'm going to try and win this back. If I don't win it, I'm taking him out anyway. So it's going to be one of those tactical ones, as you say. And I suppose trying to break up the Americans. But I think the Mason Mount goes down.
The game is pretty much being played in the half or in the midfield right now, like a pure African affair, which is very disappointing. I thought this game would be blow for blow, but that isn't the case in this game, unfortunately.
Just glance in the forehead of Mason Mount. The free kick to England in American territory. They've taken it all the way from the left-hand side to the right with Kieran Trippier now advancing into a danger. Gets the ball in, looking for Jude Bellingham. Of course, he makes plenty of positive runs into the area as the central midfielder, scoring plenty in the Bundesliga for Borussia Dortmund. Of course, the only England player in this squad to play his trade outside of the Premier League. Way back now to Jordan Pickford. Long the attackers ahead of him, mainly Raheem Sterling, who hasn't got too much height in him, of course, but neither does Serginho Dest. It is the American fullback to win that header. It's a bit of a scrappy play in midfield with Mason Mount and Tyler Adams. Instead, Weston McKennie can charge forward, trying to get ahead of Declan Rice, who puts his hand on the Juventus midfielder's shoulder. To the edge of the D now, Yunus Musa is waiting. Further left is Christian Pulisic, one-on-one with Kieran Trippier. Gets the strike away, smashes off of the crossbar. Jordan Pickford was beaten. He looks to his defense.
Yeah, guys. Guys, I'll not even lie. The USA team is playing extremely better than the England team, and England is supposed to be the team, the main team with all of the players. That was a very good shot by Christian Pulisic, which is amazing from Captain America himself, the LeBron James of soccer, as well. The guys stated him and have coined him, but I feel England should be doing better. Stones should be doing better covering that. Trippier should be doing better there. Everyone who's flanking the defense should be doing better and not letting such shots get away. But that's a good shot by Pulisic.
With him, but the problem was nobody was on the edge of the box marking the next man, which was Musa, wasn't it?
Between midfield and defence, there is a bit of space for the Americans to exploit. There'll be a concern for Gareth Southgate here. Zimmerman just leaves a bit on Harry Maguire when he goes up for an aerial duel, lands awkwardly on his thigh. He's back on his feet though. It's a free kick for England, 40 yards from goal. Of course, we're approaching the time when England did break the deadlock against Iran, 35th minute, when Jude Bellingham did find that first goal. It is the Americans that, at the moment at least, seem the ones more likely to get the first goal in this fascinating fixture.
I won't lie to you. America is probably gonna be the team to get the very first goal in this game, as I predicted it in my predictions. England needs to do better tactically. I feel like Southgate is running out of ideas. So this USA team isn't as good as we think it is. Now imagine if this England team met somebody like Brazil. It will spell kafafa for this England team. They need to get serious with what they're doing as an English team, because this is utter nonsense. I don't think this England team is playing very well. For the caliber of players they do have, they should probably be beating this USA team whitewash.
Worked against Iran from corners. Of course, he hit the crossbar himself to Harry Maguire. He's a menace in those scenarios. But, well, obviously, US have done their homework.
Yeah, absolutely. There were 4 men trying to deceive the American defence, but when your only real, genuine heading option from high lobbing set pieces is Harry Maguire, you know where it's going to go. So it really wasn't deceptive whatsoever. A little bit slack. It was one of those awkward free kicks that it was quite central and difficult to get a good angle, but yeah, a little bit wasteful.
Indeed. US have certainly defended strong in this one. It's worth mentioning, really, that when they do face European opposition in the World Cup, they haven't achieved a single clean sheet in any of the last 18 instances. Remarkably, the last time they did was against England in 1950, all those years ago.
Yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? Yeah, they are a side that...
Guys, I won't even lie. USA is truly applying the pressure in this game. They are playing extremely better than than England, of course. So the USA might deserve to actually win this game.
Methodical, and the Americans have looked good.
Here comes England now, trying to penetrate this American defence. Here comes Luke Shaw on the left-hand side. He's got Mason Mount ahead of him. He does find Chelsea midfielder in swing and delivery, looking for the flick on off Jude Bellingham. I don't think he got a touch onto it. He does get a touch here as he heads it towards Raheem Sterling into Luke Shaw, still in America's penalty area. Mason Mount now hooking it towards the back post where Harry Kane was waiting. It's not the most perfect of deliveries. Instead, American try and garner a counter-attack here. Christian Pulisic latch onto the quick kick from the goalkeeper. John Stones does brilliantly to read that counter and get it out for a throw-in. The United States didn't qualify for the previous World Cup. They only just about qualified for this one, at least in an automatic sense, when they finished third in the CONCACAF qualification rounds. Same points as Costa Rica. Thanks to a superior goal difference, they did come ahead of Los Ticos. Of course, had to play a playoff and eventually make their way into the World Cup. They had a terrible first match. They getting hammered 7-0 against Spain. Mexico, on the other hand, 1-1 draw against Poland. Canada, unfortunate to lose their match against Belgium. They finished top of that qualification group. America looking very strong here is Weston McKennie. Tyler Adams. Dropping deep is Timothy Weah. To the left-hand side now, where Yunus Musa is waiting, only 19 years of age. Part of a very young squad. The American ranks. They are, in fact, incidentally, the second youngest side at this World Cup, only Ghana, the younger squad. But, looking rather mature at the moment.
Yeah, they're doing really well, aren't they? Christian Pulisic just giving away a handball free kick there in the England half. But their midfield is what's creating this solid opposition, isn't it, against England? They haven't got Wright and Weah into the game at all. And
Well, that's the thing. If you've been seeing this game, you notice that in the midfield battles, what I mentioned earlier, it's reminiscent of an African football team where all the teams in Africa, we have this thing where we just like to play in the midfield, and I don't understand what it's that about. And that's the same with this England, the USA games. Like these guys play each other consistently, that they have nothing else to offer tactically on the pitch. This is I know. So Greg Berhalter actually likes Southgate, so I'm understanding why this game is this stale. So I'm blaming both coaches for being fans of one another, and that's why this game is as it is right now.
US, I should say, perhaps a long throw option. Just well, you sometimes see this, don't you? That for clubs at least, they do operate a towel on the touchline. Instead, he uses the bib of one of the FIFA cameramen to dry his hands. They might be thanking the cameraman later if this does pay off. The long throw, looking for Haji Wright, cleared via a combination of the two centre backs of England, John Stones and Harry Maguire. Haji Wright still has it, trying to get past Stones. Well tackled by the City defender. They made a bit of a meal of it, did Maguire and Stones there. It's almost as if both of them wanted to go for the ball at the same time, neither.
yeah, it was a good first header and a good final clearance, but in the end, in the middle, nobody was going for the ball. I don't think Stones, Maguire, nor Wright knew where the ball was, and it was allowed to bounce in the end. A little bit of an unusual situation, but yeah, England under the cosh.
Corner of the game for the United States. Christian Pulisic raises one arm with an outswing and delivery. Looking for the head of Haji Wright, I think it was, but it's nowhere near an American shirt. It's a comfortable clearance for Harry Maguire. In the end, England do earn a free kick when Sterling's shirt was pulled. Serginho Dest. Adams preventing the quick free kick taken. Jude Bellingham does eventually pass it back to Pickford. Certainly got a bit more intensity about them of England now. Trying to get that long ball on out wide. Fullbacks or the wingers. With the back though, with John Stones in the 40th minute now. 5 minutes before we do find out how many minutes of added time will be awarded. Of course, in the first match against Iran, there were 14 added on in the first, 10 in the second. It was an entire out of extra time, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunate injuries, substitution, goal celebrations, all that sort of jazz involved, wasn't it? And we've seen a lot of added time in this World Cup, just full stop, never mind injuries.
Here's a chance for America coming forward is Timothy Weah. Maguire can't get anywhere near. He looks for the back post of Christian Pulisic. The crosses haven't really been working for America. It's good towards the Chelsea winger Pulisic. Goes over his head as well. Here's Harry Kane trying to come forward for England. Good pass forward for Mason Mount. He sees Bukayo Saka in space in the centre of the park. Gets past Tyler Adams. Leeds midfielder. Shepherds him. Play a wide ball and a loose ball as well. in between Bellingham and Luke Shaw. Timothy Weah can come onto this one. Bellingham does well to tackle. Yeah, American striker throwing for United States on the halfway line. It's frustrating for England really because America have come back into the game.
Honestly speaking, England has not been in fine form for this game, guys. Everyone who knows how England plays and what we're expecting them to play like, I think England is a scam of a team. They sell us dreams. They usually just sell us dreams. England sells us dreams consistently. They never have a very good game. I think these guys are a fraud. I don't even lie to you.
It's all too easy for the United States to come forward in between midfield and defence from a throw-in in their own half. A few passes, a nice back heel from Timothy Weah. All of a sudden, Serginho Dest is in on Maguire. It's the block in. I think it has gone for a corner. They will test the England defence yet again. Christian Pulisic over to the other corner on this occasion, and in swinger, plenty of height. The American ranks Tim Ream and Zimmerman. Two centre-backs, of course, coming forward. Hadji Wright in there as well. By the height of Gareth Southgate.
Why is it that Pulisic actually takes the corners? I don't understand. He never does take them at Chelsea, so it's kind of weird that when it comes to the national team, he takes them. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think he is as good of a free kick taker as the rest? Oh, as a corner taker, of course, as the rest. Well, what is that even about? Do let me know in the comments below.
They got their stamp on this one. So we do edge towards half time. Zimmerman now into Tim Ream, one of two Fulham players, of course. There, Tim Robertson just two Reams left. Possession from America. Here's Yunus Musa into England's half now. Is Pulisic running at Harry Maguire. Goes back instead for Timothy Weah, who dropped deep and lays it out to the striker Hadji Wright. Right, Raheem Sterling. So he goes back to Serginho Dest. The chance for him to get the ball into the head of Christian Pulisic. He gets contact on it, not the cleanest of ones from the former Borussia Dortmund man. Again, a ball into the box where there's someone, a few chances they haven't been able to get on the end of it. This time Pulisic does. It's another chance of goal for America.
Yeah, finally they find the head of a blue shirt in the middle of the box. I think in the end it bounces off his shoulder, but it was Musa who was occupying stones and Pulisic had dropped off Maguire.
Well, Pulisic is actually playing well in this game. And then we'll have the same controversy that we've been having time and again, where they'll give the man of the match to probably an English player because of their names. I think Pulisic might be contender for man of the match in this game, but we'll just wait and see towards the end.
It's long balls and long balls only at the moment for England.
The flow of the game is proven in the statistics. England have only managed to have 3 strikes at goal, and on target. America having twice as many. Looks like a flat 4 in midfield.
Well, guys, we're almost we're 2 minutes away from the halftime. And Mr. Mamba's prediction is almost coming true. Just as a way of a reminder, there is Mr. Mamba's prediction up on the screen. He said first half to end 0-0, but he hoodwinked us because most of the games in this World Cup have ended 0-0 in the first half. So kudos to Mr. Mwamba. We'll be giving him that tick, that 2 points of his. But for all those who want to be more in the predictions, like for example, this was a very good betting prediction. If you got this prediction for this game, you'd probably be enjoying right now because Mr. Wamba, that was like a very good 1.75 odd if you're a sports better. But hey, kudos to Mr. Mwamba. This game might be ending 0-0 in the first half. But yeah.
Plenty of youth in America.
Guess who is in the
yeah,
now?
The main youth is in
the merchant,
midfield, isn't
the
it?
guy who has hoodwinked us and lied to us by showing us that this game is going to end 0. No, that was a chance. That was a chance by Luke Shaw. Mr. Wamba, I can see your prediction is up on the screen. Your 0-0 is almost coming through. What do you have to say?
It was very easy to predict that it would be a 0-0 draw first half because I see the US winning this game, but I only see them getting 1 goal, and I was a bit sure it's not going to come in the first half because the manager will probably have to give them good talk at halftime, and they'll come back stronger second half and probably get their goal.
No, overall, what have you taken from this first half? I know you didn't have electricity, but from the small things that you've watched from this half, how did you feel about this half? Do you believe that your prediction USA winning this is good? It's gonna come 1 minute at a time. That's different. That's new.
Okay, so my prediction of US winning this is I'm very, very sure it will actually go through because I look at the US team, it's like they run twice as much as the other team. When Power just came back, we're actually talking about it with my friend here, the guy.
Oh, England
Ooh,
has a
nice
shot.
shot by Mason Mount. Nice shot by
Mason
Mason
Mount
Mount.
with a
Yes.
shot.
So actually talking about it with my mate here, he was talking about how much the US is running in this game, and they're running probably twice as much as England is running. They're putting in the work, and hopefully second half, if the US coach can make maybe all five changes and bring in fresh legs and they continue running, they might actually outpace the English team and end up getting a goal.
No, I do understand where you're coming from, Mr. Wamba, and that might be nice
But
to
why
see.
did I miss in the early minutes of the game?
There hasn't been much, honestly speaking, by way of interaction with you. I did go through the
Okay.
match, and I won't lie to you. I Let me just pull up the statistics on the screen right now. If you can see, most of the players have been average in this game. They've been dropping some six performances, and the reason is because Greg Berhalter did not make a team that is competitive, as well as Gary Southgate. They both don't seem to be fearing each other. They're just trying to give each other some points, so when they do meet the teams that play next, they'll be able to qualify because England assumes they'll beat Wales to qualify, while the USA
Okay.
assume they can just beat Iran very easily. But while see Wales did lose to Iran, so we don't know where that is. So more on the screen right now is the statistics as they are at halftime. As you can see, the USA has 38%, while England has 61%. But if by when you look at the shots on target and the shots taken, it's been fairly quiet of the game. England has been poor, and that's the biggest thing I have taken away from this game. England has been poor. You did not miss much. If I were you, I probably wouldn't have even come into this match because England has been poor. The USA has not done much, and as you know, they're the underdog, so they're just trying, they're thriving.
Okay. Because I looked at the lineup. I look at him setting up with Harry Maguire at the back. I thought Harry Maguire would probably be an area the US would try to attack or capitalize on. But I was reading the live match commentary, and I watched some of the bits of your video off my phone because my battery was a bit low, and just read some commentary. And it seems like you haven't talked much about maybe how they were attacking Maguire, and the comments are not talking about how they're attacking the Maguire wing, like the Maguire Luke Shaw left side of the defense. So it's probably something that the US team should be looking at in the second half to actually attack and probably get that goal from there.
Yeah, surprisingly, Maguire has not been bad in this second half. I
Oh,
won't even lie to you. Maguire has been good in this half. Maguire has partnered very well with John Stones. They've been alternating. They've been partnering well and adding the additions of who's this Trippier. England hasn't ultimately been outplayed at the back. It's just that the USA has been trying to bring some pressure, but England has really soaked in and absorbed the pressure, which has meant that the game has been still. As I was showing you earlier, let us do go back and bring you the graph
okay,
and
we
stuff.
have a comment from Kalanja. Okay, I don't know if you've already seen it, but this is when I'm seeing it. England is off today. The only thing England is good at is marketing their players. What do you have to say about that? Or did you talk about it? Maybe I give
No,
my
I
take
did
on it.
talk about it briefly, but I needed you to come in and state that I believe English players are overhyped. Well, this comment stems from the fact that I had a conversation right here on the stream about Brazil and why I think Brazil are the favorites in this tournament. I basically stated that Brazil doesn't use the media to hype its players. You saw it yesterday night. They are that good. Secondly, Brazil, for another team, have squad depth. They took out Neymar. They took out a couple of their other players. They brought in the friends of the likes of Fred. They brought in the likes of Rodrigo. All those are quality players, and that's why I was saying Brazil has squad depth, while England is just good at marketing players. But what are your thoughts on this issue?
I feel long gone are the days where England will actually hype the players. I feel this current crop of players of the Hurricanes, the Rashfords, Raheem Sterling, this crop of players is a bit different because it's a crop that I've seen actually improve, like from tournament to tournament, ever since Gareth Southgate came in. I know most people will say Gareth Southgate football is negative, but I'm a Premier League fan, and when I look at, meaning if you're a Premier League fan, you watch England a lot, you support England, not necessarily making England your first team, but then you've got this soft spot for England. And one thing I've noticed now is 2018 World Cup, they reached the semi-finals where, oh yeah, semi-finals where they lost to Croatia. And
Mm.
2 years later, when, okay, make it three because of COVID, 3 years later, when they were playing the Euro 2020, they ended up playing in the final of the Euro 2020, of which it was one of those really, really tough games. Even Italy themselves who won it, you could see that, okay, this game was actually tough. So
Surprisingly,
saying that, oh,
England has been good.
yeah, surprisingly, England has been good. So I feel this crop of players, like the English media has been so toxic that now that they've got a good crop of players, people still feel it's just the English hype. But then I feel this crop can actually do something sensible. It might actually even bring it home.
No, okay. I'm gonna say one thing. I like your analysis and understanding that England did finish in the semi-finals in the World Cup, the last World Cup we had. Then they did finish in the finals of the last Euro and lost to my team, of course, Italy, who are not at this World Cup. But I would like to also state one thing. England is very scammy with the way they use permutations and predictions. England to get to that final or to get to that semi-final, they lost a game on purpose so that they get an easier draw and qualify to meet Croatia in that semi-final, which was scammy for me. The same thing is what they did for the Euros. They basically didn't want to finish as group winners so that they can play as runner-ups and play an easier opponent. And that's the thing I hate about England. That's the thing I find very kind of distracted about England. They could have the quality, they could have the players, but they always look for a shortcut, and that's the reason they will never get to the finals. Because if you are going to win a tournament like the World Cup, you have to beat the very best. It's the same thing that I'm hearing some rumors, people saying that Argentina lost that game so that they can be second in the group, so that they don't have to face Brazil in the next round. I'm like, that is genius, but that is scammy. The thing is, you for you to be a team that actually is a world beater and win a World Cup, you have to beat the best. And if England keep fearing the best, they will never be a champion. And that is my submission. I think the English crop of players is okay. It's not great, it's just barely okay. They're just there. They're not there. You know, when I'm there, they're not there, but they're
Yeah.
there.
But then you think, maybe now all teams should be bringing in a guy whose sole job is doing the math, a statistician or something, to be analyzing all the permutations. Because you can't blame the English team for being smart. Because there are sayings where people say work smart and not hard. So had England probably picked the path that Belgium picked in 2018, because Belgium finished first, it means would have played a round of 16 tie against Japan. And we saw
Mm,
what Japan almost did to Belgium. They would have played a
mm,
quarterfinal game against Brazil. And we know Brazil
mm,
is not a walkover at any World Cup. They would have played a semi-final game against France. And we
mm,
know France is not an easy team to beat. If by chance they had beaten France, probably now in the finals when they would have probably met a Croatia, that would have been the only easy game. If yeah,
mm.
if I'm being dead honest. So I feel England probably sat down, they looked at the other bunch of teams and they're like, would rather go this other side where we'll play Sweden, we'll be on vacation, we'll play, who did England play in the quarterfinals? Yeah, they're just playing, small teams, and then you just meet a Croatia somewhere, and you on another day you beat Croatia in the final, and it's 90 minutes against France in the final. Who knows what would happen? So I don't blame the match on that. But now I feel where I had complications with the English team was I feel they didn't have these kinds of midfielders, a box to box midfielder. I feel they had attacking midfielders and defensive midfielders, but I feel they didn't have a box to box midfielder. But now that they have Jude Bellingham, it changes the dynamic of the English squad. I feel Bellingham comes to do what England has lacked for a long time. Even in the days of Paul Scholes, Frank Lampard, Steven Gerrard, none of those guys was a box to box midfielder. We had the CM, we had the central attacking midfielder, they've had defensive midfielders, but they've never had that guy who 1 minute he's saving the ball off the line, the next minute he's getting a goal. and that's the
No,
kind of
actually,
midfielder
on
England
that
needs.
Bellingham has had an okay game, but for me, my star player of this game, since you didn't see most of the game, is Pulisic, Christian Pulisic. I can see Marcus Rashford is warming up, but let's continue talking about Christian Pulisic. He hit the woodwork. He had a very good chance in this game to actually score a goal. He probably has had the best chances in this game. So I had a conversation right here on the stream talking about how the man of the match trophies are being given to undeserving people. Pulisic might actually they might steal it from him and give it to one of these English boys because of course English media. The biggest
Yeah,
question I do have is, do you think Pulisic is a good player?
I
And why
honestly
is he
feel
not the captain?
I honestly feel why is he not the captain for the US team? Is that your question?
Yes,
Okay,
that is a very
so
question.
I when I look at a player like Pulisic, I'll start with the second question. He seems like one of those quiet players, not the most outgoing, not the player that would actually shout at his teammates when maybe things are not going well on the pitch. Looks might be deceiving, but he looks like that kind of a player. He just seems like that good guy that everyone gets along with. So as a manager, that's not the guy you want to be your team captain. First things
Mm-hmm.
first. But then Pulisic, I think Pulisic is a good player. He's undoubtedly one of the best players I know in the game of football. But I feel the club he plays for, Chelsea, plays highly defensive football, and I don't think he's the kind of player that would strive in a defensive team. You know, you having Pulisic in a defensive team is more like you getting a Bernardo Silva or a Danny Olmo in a counter-attacking team. Um,
Mm-hmm.
there are players that can play on the counter, but then they prefer to pass the ball, have these triangular passes, and that's one of the reasons as to why you see Danny Olmo not even starting games at Leipzig. So I feel Pulisic is having a similar problem, whereas at Chelsea play defensive football, and you're only probably given the ball twice or thrice in the whole game as an attacker when you have three or four defenders, out there trying to defend, and they're expected to perform wonders or perform a miracle, get past all four guys, and somehow get a goal. And uh, I do not know. Maybe even the likes of Messi and Ronaldo are not that good, so I can't blame
Yeah,
the guy.
Mr. Mwamba, we have you in stream again. So I have a quick one. There have been a couple of games played today. An African team, as Afrik football, an African team finally got a win
Bum, bum,
against
bum,
Qatar. Of course, the
bum.
sirens with Mr. Mwamba. Qatar has been, have they been eliminated? They probably
Yeah,
have
yeah.
been eliminated.
They have been eliminated because whatever happens between what was the final score of the Ecuador Netherlands game?
1-1. That game ended 1-1.
Okay, yeah.
Surprisingly, it
So
ended 1-1.
whatever the score between the final game is Senegal Ecuador. Whatever the score there, if Ecuador wins, they still have more points. Even if Qatar beat Netherlands, if Ecuador win, they'll have 4 plus 3 7. If Senegal wins, Senegal will have 6. If the game ends as a draw, they'll both have 4 and 5. So even if Qatar were to beat Netherlands by 200 goals, Qatar
Mhm.
have packed their bags. It's sad to see the host nation leave, but at least South Africa are no longer the
That's
only team
it.
bearing that shame. At least,
All right, so
you know.
a quick one. Wales today was walloped 2-0 by Iran, of course.
I
What is
remember
going
in our
on?
predictions, I talked about Iran.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I put, I think, was it USA first, Iran second?
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah, and I said England don't make it out of the group.
yes.
So I still have faith in my prediction because I
Ha.
feel I still have the faith. It's simple and straightforward. If we get a draw here, if the US wins here, the
Just,
US will have 4 points, Iran will
just
have
as a
three,
mm-hmm.
and
I just want to
yeah, and
say,
so
just
on. And
as a reminder, you said USA to win this group, Iran
uh-huh,
to be second in this group, England
exactly.
third, and Wales at the bottom. While I said Wales to top the group.
And
Oh, that's embarrassing. But yeah, England to be second and USA to be third, with Iran at the bottom of this group. That was my prediction for this group, Mr. Wamba.
yeah, for me, I looked at the group. I looked at Iran being I've seen them be the AFC champions, Asian Football Cup champions,
Mhm.
and I was like, no, 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 no. Iran are a very good team, and in the first game against England, they might have a lot going on. They couldn't even sing their own national anthem, but yeah. We moved on today. They played like the better team. They were in control
Mhm.
of the game against Wales. I watched it during
Mhm.
my lunch break, and I was
Mhm.
very, very happy with the way they played, and I was very delighted with the 2 goals they got. So I feel when the moment Iran meets the US, the final game is Iran US, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So the US here will win this game, and they'll have 4 points.
Mhm.
And then we have a situation where Iran will beat the US in the final game to drop the group, and the US will draw with Wales. Rather, England will draw with Wales, but the
Mhm.
US will go through because of the second.
Mhm.
And yeah, something like that will happen. But all I know is my group is going through. England will finish
Oh
third.
my goodness, we're gonna have a review of those videos, and I hope those predictions stand the test of time, guys. But yeah, we are going back into the second half soon. Any words for subscribers, Mr. Mwamba?
For the subscribers, continue subscribing to Afrik Football. We love you guys as the Afrik Football community. Just make sure you subscribe, make sure you share, make sure you like, make sure you stream this stuff, make sure you watch football or soccer, as our friends would call it in the US. And yeah,
Yes. Oh,
we need as many people as possible to watch the content on Afrik Football.
all right, Mr. Mwamba. Now that we have you here, there were certain some statements I was making about your predictions in the checklist, and one of them is that if the USA wins this game, we might have to hold a referendum and ask the question: should we rename the channel to Afrik Soccer? That's the question we're going to be asking. I can see that power's gone again, but yeah, do we rename the channel to Afrik Soccer? Because on the internet, there's this wager that if the USA actually wins this game, we have to call the game soccer going forward. But if England wins this game, the game becomes football, and all the people in the USA will still call this game football. So, are you ready to be called Afrik Soccer? Because it seems that's the direction we're going by the way the USA is playing in this game.
I feel at this stage, if the US win this game, then we'll have to probably change our name to Afrik Soccer, and it's something that I have to challenge the US team or the Roosters. These guys would call it in the US, like win this game so as we change our name. Let me just turn on my television.
No stress. I understand you guys are having some power difficulties there.
All right.
All right, and while you are still turning on your TV, there was another exclamation I said. I said, if you beat me in today's prediction game, I have to shave my beard and cut off my hair, my beautiful hair. That is the second prediction. I'm gonna cut off my beautiful hair. So what do you have to say
Okay.
about that? So far, you have one prediction correct. You said the first half is going to end 0-0, and I accept it ended 0-0. But after hearing the statistic about how this World Cup is, it's been noted that most of the games, majority of the games have been ended 0-0 at halftime. So you're only getting 2 points for that one, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, some of the predictions in there are very tough predictions because when I looked at the US getting 4 yellow cards, it's not something I see happening because I feel
Mhm,
the US are more in control of this game, as you've mentioned time and again. And if they
mhm.
control the game, it means the chances of messing up are slim and the chances of getting yellow cards become way more slim. But yeah, good predictions I've made today. Hopefully, I get all 4 right.
You
And
just want to see
yeah.
me cutting my hair. I need this hair, Mr. Mwamba.
No, no, no. But in all honesty, I really want the US to win. I feel these kinds of teams by the US. It's rare we see a US team this good, and this is one of the best US team I've seen in a long time. I do not know why Giovanni Reina is not playing because I feel he's like the future in the US team. But yeah, we'll wait and see. But big ups to the US manager. He's really doing well with his team.
No, I on the other hand to say Greg Berhalter could have won this game quite easily if he didn't put Sargent in. He did not start Sargent in this game. That's the one change that he made here. I
And the
feel
fact
like
that he left Pepper behind.
yeah, Pepe was
Yo,
very good. And remember, in our reaction video, we got to see how clinical and tactical Pepe it was. I know sometimes okay, there's a
USA
chance,
with
but
the
they were safe.
counter.
Okay, where's McKenny? Come on, McKenny. This guy
Ah,
keeps doing
McKinney,
this
come
same
on.
thing over and again. McKenny keeps doing this thing of where he keeps trying to shoot.
I feel probably McKinney is tired of speaking Italian and he's just like, I need to play my level best against these British guys and move to the UK or something where I can speak English again.
I
So
hope so. Clearly,
he's
we need to do
probably trying to
better.
get a goal.
We need him
What
to
do you
do
have to
better
say
for.
about Conor Gakpo's goal? Did you see it?
I did not see that Netherlands game. I was still at work. Was it amazing? Is it
Oh,
better than
it,
Richarlison's goal?
if you're a sucker for screamers, I believe it. I do not know. People criticize me, but if you like screamers from outside the 18-yard area, best part yet is it was at the keeper's near post. Like it looked so cool. It's definitely going to be part of those top 10 World Cup goals kind of arrangement thingies. But
Guys,
the Richarlison
Richarlison.
thing was a flick where Richarlison is looking on the other side and flicks the ball up in the air and takes a shot on the other foot on the other side. That was cool. I feel it can only be compared to that Champions League goal by Zinedine Zidane in 2002. That goal that usually reigns as the best Champions League goal ever.
Because guys, honestly speaking, you can't beat that Richarlison goal. Just the technique to get the ball, control it, volley it up in the air, wait for it. The defenders are all looking at you as they look at the ball and they're like, what is he going to do? Then you take that beautiful overhead kick. All I'm saying is that was the stuff of legends, pure goal of the tournament material. You can't beat that. I feel like Van Persie's flying Dutchman is the only thing that was that impressive in the other World Cup 20 in the 20 is it 2014 World Cup. That's how you go about scoring goals. But hey, Richarlison came out and beasted and showed us that you can have a prime Ronaldo in this age, another Ronaldo type. All right, there's a
Definitely.
counter
USA
attack.
on the counter. Okay.
Okay, police. Okay, today Where hasn't played very well. I don't even lie. Where has been non-existent in today's game.
Okay. One of the players I'm looking forward to seeing in this US team is Musa. He's a midfielder. I was seeing some of his stats. I saw some of
Musa is
his
actually playing.
video. Yeah, I was actually got shocked that the US have got such a good midfielder, and I was just like, okay, he's probably a youngster. I probably want to keep tabs on.
Mm-hmm.
Luke
We
Shaw's
definitely
got
love.
some new tattoos. Okay,
Oh, look, has got
fair
some new
enough.
tattoos. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I just actually noticed them right now.
Okay, that's cool. All right, England is on a counter with Saka in the wing, driving the ball forward, but I'm assuming it's going nowhere. Is that a penalty? No. Oh, that's not a
No, it
penalty.
can't be a penalty.
Oh, that's the
It can't
captain.
be.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course, it's the captain, Adams, the guy from Leeds. I'm surprised. He's only 23 years of age. So young.
Yeah, and Adams is having a good season in the Premier League. I've seen him at like in the past 4 match days. I've seen him score at least 3 goals. He scored that last minute winner against Liverpool. He's been getting the goals. Not only has he been solid in the midfield, but he's now getting goals. So I'm really really happy for the young lad.
Oh, yeah. And talking about Liverpool, we had a discussion earlier. I said, is this
Okay.
the end of the Liverpool team? See that they have no one in this squad. Like, no one is playing. No one is starting for the English team. And Liverpool is supposed to be the peak performance of British football. What is going on at Liverpool? Why aren't they representing in this English squad?
I feel most of the English players at Liverpool have tired legs. Like you look at Henderson, you look at okay, oh nice goalkeeping right there. You look at the likes of Henderson, you look at Muna. They don't seem like the players you want to be starting in any game. Like football has become more intense. Players are running more. Players are covering more space, and then you
Mhm.
throw in a 36-year-old guy. It doesn't work like that anymore. So
Mm.
unless you're Ronaldo. So, I honestly feel on behalf of all Liverpool fans, like your team is, I'm speaking on a Man United perspective. Your team is
Of
trash.
course, we know.
Yeah, you've been a big team for like the past 8 years, and you only won one Premier League title and one Champions League title. Like, who
Wait,
does that?
wait, wait,
When I've
wait. I need you to say this because it's going to be in our YouTube short. Say that again, Mr.
ex-
Mwamba. Talk about Liverpool.
exactly. So for all the Liverpool fans out there, your team is trash. You've been a big team for the past 8 years, and in those 8 years, you've only won one Champions League trophy and one Premier League trophy. And
Mm,
in perspective, in the past 5 years, when Man United have been very useless, Man United has
mhm,
finished above Liverpool twice in the Ole
mhm,
season and in the Mourinho season. So in 5 years, United has finished above Liverpool twice, and I'm supposed to believe that Liverpool is having the time of their lives, a big team, and they're currently in form. 8 years, one
Ooh,
Premier League trophy
ooh.
can
And
never be
one
my team,
Champions League trophy.
and one Champions League trophy can never ever be my team.
Definitely can never be Manchester United because in those 8 years, you've not won a Premier League trophy or a Champions League trophy. So can never be your team. But no, that is some good banter from Mr. Mwamba. We are going to go back to the full screen.
All right,
You
Harry
guys
Kane
are
has the
ruthless.
ball.
You guys are truly
Yeah.
ruthless. I don't even lie. I don't even lie. You guys are ruthless. You need to do better as United. But yeah, Mr. Mwamba, let's take a brief look at our predictions again. Hurricane to score a goal. Are you still seeing that happening?
I feel he'll get the goal when the US score 2 goals. So I hope that happens.
Hmm.
Let's see. You had USA to score first goal. That might happen. Jude Bellingham with an assist. I don't see that happening. Weston
That
McKennie yellow
is
card.
my 3 pointer.
And what's your fourth prediction? A goal to be scored.
Or to be scored within the 45th minute to the 60th minute.
Oh, so we're 5 minutes away from this prediction dying, eh?
You are not a nice person, but yes, we are 5 minutes away from this prediction dying. Actually, 4 minutes away, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this game is
But
no, the goal is coming. There's the goal, the counter. Pulisic. Yeah,
yeah,
the
yeah.
goal is coming.
Uh, what do you have to say about the refereeing so far?
The referee hasn't had much to do in this game because, of course, as we mentioned earlier, none of these guys are serious about winning this game. So the referee
True.
hasn't been serious about this game. So we'll try as much as like. Oh no, I would like to talk about the Ghana game. I know we did a live stream on it, but going back and looking at most of the analysis by people, did,
Okay.
did Ghana? Why was the referee? What was the referee? Remember how Janis Kazwe was purely people said called him incompetent after the one game he refereed in this tournament. But with this Ghana
Yeah.
referee who is from I think South America, they literally just gave him a free pass. They're like fake penalty, fake offside goal. They're like, nah, my guy, we can't see. We're blind. You might as well go forward. We're blind people. How do you feel about that?
Um, I feel okay. There's a counter by the US. Ooh, he had a pullback
My,
and
my
all right.
prediction almost came.
Definitely. So, I feel the media, right, is trying to capitalize on the Janice Kaza story. The one, like the guy that finished a game at 5 minutes in always seems like a good story to write. But for the guy who was officiating the Ghana game, like everyone's quiet about it because the media is like, yeah, even if we backed Ghana so much, like the Ghanaian um, fans or Ghanaian people won't buy our newspapers or won't buy our I do not know catalogs or something. If
Mhm.
the same shady decisions yesterday happened to the US or England, I can assure you the internet would have been broken. Would have probably had the situation where Sky News is literally talking about the referee. I would have probably never known the referee's dog's name by now. Like I would have done
Definitely.
so much. Yeah, I would have probably known the referee has got a dog named Scooby or something. I would have known when he was born, which village he was born at, what day, at what hour, at what minute, at what second. But um, because it's Ghana, it's an African team. No one really cares about African teams.
No, that's the one thing I said. I know I was. Well, if you are my friend and you saw my WhatsApp, I basically said I had no sympathy for Ghana.
USA, corner
Yeah,
for
I
the
have no
US,
sympathy for Ghana. Quarter for the
USA.
USA. Oh,
Ooh.
okay. That's a 50-50. That's a 50-50. Go. Right now, as I was saying,
It's
we're talking
Ghana.
about the World Cup and the way the referees are. Imagine, you're right. If it had happened to the USA or England, the USA would have asked the FBI to investigate this man. They would have found that paycheck that this man had under his bed. They would have found that paycheck and said, this man has a paycheck and it's under his bed. But now it's seeing that it's Ghana. Everyone is closing their eyes, especially that it's Ghana against Portugal, a team that they want to be in the final. That's like sometimes say football might be scripted like the FIFA games we do play. But it's
Exactly.
okay, guys. We'll try and do better going
Another
forward.
US counter. I
It
feel I
ended in
feel
the
the
corner.
US need to capitalize on these corners. And had they had Paper, who was so good at heading from the reaction video we did, check it out at Afrik Football, guys. We would probably be saying the US will get the next goal. All right, just we just have to wait for 35 seconds so that someone's prediction doesn't go through.
That this is when the goal is going to come through, guys. The goal is coming through right now. Don't even fret. The goal is coming through. Come on, Pulisic. Come on.
Nice.
Oh, it's doing. You can go in.
Oh,
Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Come on, come on,
yep,
come on, come on. Oh,
yep.
penalty.
We're past the 60 minutes mark, so it doesn't
Oh,
count from here.
man. Oh, my predictions have been bad today. Sorry for all those who followed my predictions. We still have a chance. There can be a Weston McKennie yellow card because we still have one going on. What if we wavered the rule and said 60 to mean the 60th minute, like even in the 60, right? I know 61 technically. Um,
Okay,
okay. Time is still
USA.
a counter. USA is still attacking, and it leads to nothing. Oh, and I was talking about Luke Shaw. I said Luke
Okay,
Shaw is probably one of the best left backs in the world. Every time Manchester
I
United say this man is eating too many donuts, let's find a replacement. He goes to the gym, he comes back fit. What is that even about?
players like Luke Shaw, we always knew he was a generational talent in his position. But then, he had that broken leg in that game against PSV where we actually thought he would never play again. He came back from the injury, and most people said he has never been the same since the injury, but I feel he's gotten better. And we reached
Of
a
course.
stage where Mourinho didn't like the lads, and Mourinho almost got rid of the man, but then Luke Shaw sticked around for a bit longer. Ole came in and Luke Shaw regained form. In all honesty, I feel he's like one of those solid Man United players. He's like one of those Man United players that you need in the Man United team, like over and over again. He's not one of those bad seeds that has to be taken away from Man United to improve. Oh, nice by
Luke
Des.
Shaw, Luke Shaw or De Gea, who is more solid for United?
I'm a goalkeeper in nature. When I'm playing normal football, I play in goals
Mhm,
a lot. So I'll pick the hair based on that, but
mhm,
no fair assessment there. I'll pick the hair because of my
mhm.
playing position. I would say.
No, well understood. De Gea is actually one of those good players. To be honest, he's won lots of awards, Manchester United awards. So we do love De Gea. USA, you guys. Honestly speaking, USA is the vibes. I was watching some videos of the USA national team, and I won't even lie to you. Half of these guys are like a whole vibe. They're a squad. You could see you could probably party with these guys and have lots of fun.
True, 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 true. And I just feel at this stage, if you're the US manager, you should probably be thinking of going for the kill, go through throttle and just kill England.
Yeah, by bringing in people like Sargent and all these other guys. Yeah.
Bring in Sargent, bring in Giovanni Reina, bring in more young lads. I know the Reina wasn't brought in the first game. That brought a lot of controversy, but yeah, just bring in the young lads.
No, I do understand. That would be some good changes. I'm looking through the teams right now. I'll just be bringing them
Okay.
up on our screen. Some of the substitutes that we do have right there. Kale Muso for the US, for England, of course. Grealish on the bench. Giovanni Reina as well. Is that a chance?
Ooh,
No,
but why doesn't
go.
US have a guy at the far post?
I don't understand why. He's using the same tactics as Southgate. Because you do know Greg Berhalter is a fan of Gareth Southgate.
Gareth South. I hear they're very
That's
close friends, but in his previous interview, he said Southgate hasn't been responding to his messages ever since he discovered they're in the same group. Like he hasn't been very much worse when they go to Qatar. He hasn't been responding to any of the other guys' messages.
well, he's focused on the game. Southgate is one of those men who focuses on the game. Do you think Rashford could make a proper change to this team if he came in?
I feel Rashford brings in pace, but I do not know. I feel at this stage, England, even if Rashford came into this game, he would probably have a graveyard shift. Henderson, Captain Hendo. Yeah,
Listen, why
England are
would
not
you?
producing. Yeah, that's an awkward change. Yeah, where was I? The Rashford case. Yeah, I feel Rashford will just have the graveyard shift where England is not like the attackers are. They're just there, like they are not receiving the ball. Like Saka has been out of this game, like so. Rashford will probably be in a similar position. It would be a bad position for Rashford. So if you're the English manager, you'll probably be thinking of getting in a midfielder that would actually change the game
Mm.
and probably start creating chances.
True, that is true. That is true, my brother. I see where you're coming from. I can see
True.
Grealish getting ready. I can see
Yeah,
Rashford on the bench.
Nick Pope right there. The goalkeeper I honestly believe should be the starting keeper.
Pope would never play in this game. They like what's his name?
Pickford.
Pickford. Pickford is loved. I don't understand why Pickford is loved this much.
Same here, same here. What do you have to say about Saka's season? Do you
Saka
feel
is
he
having
might
a
win the Premier League? Do you feel he might win the Premier League player of the season?
what is Haaland going to be doing while this guy is winning Premier League Player of the Season? Where is Haaland?
You
Tell me
know,
Haaland.
you know the thing about Man City.
Yeah.
We've seen seasons where KDB has been world class. We've seen seasons where we've had a lot of world class Man City players, right? But then because Liverpool just finishes second and people like Salah or Van Dijk, they'll just be like, like, yeah, this guy's been the better
But the
player.
thing,
So I feel
people
if
like
Arsenal win the
Haaland.
league, no one will, everyone will be like, yeah, Haaland is a good player, he's a goal poacher, like, he's doing his job. But for Saka to be like, these guys went 20 years, 22 years without a Premier League trophy, and Saka just came and boom,
Oh, and that's the
he's
thing.
made
I
them win
believe
it.
the way we don't respect Arsenal as people is the way the media does not respect them as well. So I believe if Saka were to get anywhere near close that Player of the Year, Haaland is gonna get it. Haaland is loved. Seeing that Haaland is missing the World Cup, the whole media just went on mad saying, "Why isn't Haaland playing for a better team? Would have loved to see the youngster carry this trophy." Haaland will win this one, very clear, hands down, no complaints, no questions asked. I believe Haaland is gonna win this one.
True. Probably a reason why FIFA wants to increase it for 18s. I'm sure UEFA would do some draw fixing, whereas they put Norway with the likes of maybe the Israels, Azerbaijan, and other, European teams that are not too good. So as Haaland makes it to the 2026 World Cup in the US, and it will be good for marketing there because if you've got
Mhm,
Haaland and Mbappe, it's like the best cover photo you could have for yourselves for the World Cup.
mhm. All right, guys. Sterling is out for Grealish. Grealish has come in. Oh my goodness, my predictions are going in the water. Jude Bellingham has
Bellingham
been taken out. Oh,
for
this is a
Henderson.
nightmare. Today is a nightmare disaster predictions. Mr. Wamba is gonna win this bet prediction, and I have to cut my hair if Mr. Wamba wins this one. Oh wow. Jude Bellingham with an assist and he's out. Henderson is in. Oh my goodness. Yo. So what do I have left? USA to score first and Weston McKennie yellow card. I
Well, in the first half, we didn't have a VAR goal cancelled or something.
No, we did not have sir. We did not have VAR cancel
Uh,
any goal because no one has hit the ball at the back of the net in this game. So you are leading currently. I'll update the graphics as they are on the screen. You're leading currently. First half ended 0-0. So we even changed the rules at some time. But hey, anyway, you have that. VAR also a goal. Hurricane to score a goal. USA to get 4 yellow cards. Aye. The referee isn't card happy, isn't card like he's not one of those guys who just give cards out of nowhere. The referee is not that guy, unfortunately. I'm learning this the hard
true.
way. I feel like next time before I make my prediction, I have to get the referee guide and study their patterns as referees because this is very embarrassing. And as a pundit who does predictions, I'm embarrassing myself here.
All right. So Glirish with the ball. He's on a. I can't quite a counter, but he's trying to take on some US players. Okay. Do you feel
US
if maybe England starts attacking more, the US might get a chance for one quick counter that might go in?
to be honest, I feel seeing that the coach, two coaches like one another, they're probably gonna play a stalemate out here and hope to beat the other teams on that when they meet them. I think they're probably gonna do a solidarity and not try to beat one another outrightly. What do you think?
From the looks of things, I feel the friendship between the two coaches has actually lost us a game that would have probably been a match of the century. Yeah, what you're saying is true. Seems like the two coaches are just like, yeah, you're my homie, I'm your homie, so let's not beat each other. Let's split the points here. We'll go and play teams on match day 4, and when we play those teams on match day 4 or match day 3 rather, we beat those teams and we both qualify. More
Mm-hmm,
like the Mexico Uruguay game in South Africa, where Mexico and Uruguay literally just started passing the ball around, knowing that a draw was enough for both of them to go through. And they'll probably, both speaking Spanish, and they'll probably be like, hermano, meaning, brother, and waving at
mm-hmm.
each other, uno, dos, tres, something like that.
I like when you try and speak Spanish. Whoa, you move from French. Guys, Afri football Spanish can speak Spanish now. Arabic Spanish now. This man can do it all. Multi-talented African football pundit here. But yeah, no, I do understand. So I came across a very interesting story today, Mr. Mwamba.
Okay.
The statement is that journalists are allowed, news anchors, newspapers are allowed to use any story as it falls under fair use. And in my mind, I was like, actual football is a journalistic page. That means we can use people's
Exactly.
works and use the rule of fair use. Do you know how mind blowing that was for me?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm actually shocked right now that's even legal. I thought it was illegal.
No, the story was CNN stole one person's video, a YouTuber's video, and they posted it on their
Mhm.
page. They did not credit him. They did not write anything. They did not give him his. They did not write anything on his name. And
Okay.
by that virtue of that, fair usage law, they didn't have to pay him anything. They just paid him some money out of just courtesy. But otherwise, because he was getting on their necks, Otherwise, you can do that, and the fair use is what you can do. I was like, this is weird. So, how do you classify yourself as a newspaper agency? Is the biggest question I would have. But hey, that's a story for another day. But as content creators, that's something we should always have at the back of our mind. We could react to highlights, fair use.
Fair use. Seems good. Seems usable. Okay. Wait.
Uh,
Oh, I thought Hurricane would get the Hurricane goal.
your predictions might be going through today. The count
Jack
is
Leary.
a 7-2 as it stands. Let's not forget that.
Oh,
Or
you've got
7.
seven.
Oh,
Okay.
yes, you've got
I
four.
hope. Oh, I got the. Was it? Okay. The
First half
Belgium.
0-0,
Oh, first half 0-0.
which is 2
Oh,
points.
oh, 2 points. Okay. Uh,
But guys,
I don't like this English jersey. I don't like the blue in it.
I know
Just
there's a
choose a,
YouTuber called FNG. He
yeah.
actually went to Fiverr and asked guys to recreate this English jersey. They made some better, cool, solid jersey designs. So my question is, there are lots of markup artists who do football jersey presentations. So why did England do what South Africa did? South Africa did a competition where they
Mhm.
allowed lots of the fans to use renders and create jerseys that South Africa should wear for whatever tournament they're going to go to next. Why wouldn't the UK also do that? Give fans the chance to give you some jerseys that they have and think are good
I
ideas.
feel
It's
I feel it's
horrible.
Nike's one of Nike's highest selling jerseys. So Nike are probably afraid of taking a risk. They're like, now we'll just give our trusted designer who makes the same jersey every season to make this. We don't want to risk it.
No, definitely these are horrible jerseys. I'm sorry, guys. If you're an England fan, I'm sorry, but your jerseys are horrible.
Too horrible.
Guys,
But
47 minutes. Oh, whoa, not 47. 74 minutes played,
74
and it's
minutes.
still nil. And I'm assuming this game is just going to end as a stalemate, which has skewed lots of our predictions.
True. That's very true. Looking at this US side, there's something about them that just tells me they could be the right pick for a dark horse at this tournament. I know
You
my
guys
dark
can
horse is
you
Uruguay.
you guys can't just keep throwing the word dark horse. You know what? I'm going to do you one better right here. I'm going to Google what dark horse means. I think we need to iron it out right here with you because clearly you can't just say
I
every
saw
day.
pundits at Sky picking England as a dark horse. I was like, okay,
So a
I don't
dark
know.
horse,
Uh
by the
huh.
dictionary, the Oxford Dictionary, a candidate or
Mm-hmm.
competitor about whom little is known, but whom unexpectedly wins or succeeds. Okay, so now I'm going to break it down. Let me be the lawyer that I am and say a candidate or competitor, of course, this is a tournament, so all these are competitors about
Mm-hmm.
whom little is known. England, you
USA.
know the whole entire team of England. Mr. Wamba, you know the whole entire team of
Do
England.
we?
They cannot. What do you mean? Do we?
Do
You
we?
want
Who's who's this? Who's this young lad? I don't know. Who's that young lad on TV? The guy
wait?
with the
I'm
round
gonna
head.
bring you full focus because we have to have this discussion. This is going to be in a YouTube short, guys. Right now, let me read for you. I'm gonna. The English dictionary says a candidate or competitor about whom little is known, but who unexpectedly wins or succeeds is the dark horse. Oh, and Weston McKennie is out. Oh my goodness, my predictions.
Uh,
Oh, my predictions have been off today. Yo, what?
it's coming home. Yeah, you're talking about me knowing the whole English team.
Yes, we're
Do
talking
I
about the
really
English
know
team.
this team?
Guys, let me just say it right here. To all pundits out there who've been saying England is the dark horse, a dark horse is a competitor or candidate whom little is known about. You know everyone in this English team. We all watch the Premier League. Stop saying that nonsense. Let us do better, guys. We cannot say that. Let's move on.
Yo. Oh, yeah. you said you know the whole English team. Who's this guy wearing the jersey number 11? I've never seen this young lad before. Oh, is this a famous Rashford? Oh,
All right, guys. Just a way to confirm the transfers because Mr. Wamba is gonna make me lose my mind. Jadon Henderson is in. Jordan Henderson is in for Jude Bellingham. Jack Grealish
okay,
is in for Raheem Sterling. Brendan
okay,
Aronson, RB Salzburg player, is in for Weston McKennie. Rashford is in for the transfer is yet to be confirmed. Des is out. Moore is
okay.
in. So Shaq Moore is in for this. Rashford has come in for Bukayo Saka. That is it. Mr. Wamba, that number 11 young lad you're looking at is
Okay,
Dr. Marcus
Chris.
Rashford, MD.
Oh, he's a doctor. I never knew.
So, guys, Rashford,
And I know Marcus Rashford. He plays for Man United.
I
Yeah, I
won't
was
be
just
lying to you.
laughing.
No, I understand you, but England is not a dark horse. Please, you say in England is a dark horse. Leave those stories behind. As well as,
I
who else did you say? Who was the other dark horse?
Uruguay, Uruguay.
Uruguay as well. I don't think they can be dark horse. We know about Luis
Okay, but
Suarez. We
The
know
US
about
could be a dark horse. I feel not
Yes.
too many people know the whole US squad.
Once again, there is lots of publicity about this US team. Are you sure calling them a dark horse is the right
So
stance,
if I
Mr.
call
Wamba?
Saudi Arabia a dark horse, would
Correct,
that count?
correct. Aisha, correct. Saudi Arabia is a dark horse because I don't even know who their goalkeeper is, and that is how well Saudi Arabia is a dark horse, Mr. Wamba.
To
All right,
say
so
so.
80 minutes played in this game, guys. It seems it's
I
gonna be
just
ending as
want
a
one
0-0.
USA goal. Like just one USA goal and
One
we all
USA
live
go,
longer.
and Mr. Wamba is winning this prediction,
Aronson
guys.
has come on. Remember Aronson was a kid who was getting those nice goals as well, watching the Pulisic make a pass.
Okay,
Ooh,
where? Come on,
big
where?
H.
Harry Maguire, Harry
Harry
Maguire,
Maguire.
definitely
With a silent letter G. Maguire.
Maguire,
With
Maguire.
the silent G. You take away the G.
Magnific.
Maguire.
Hey,
All right.
this game has really been not. It hasn't lived up to the hype. I assumed this game was gonna be like yesterday's Brazil game, back to back, end to end football, but it hasn't lived up to that hype.
What do you have to say about Neymar's injury?
I heard he's gonna be out of all the group stages. I believe Neymar's injury, I can attribute it to Neymar himself. He was diving so
Hmm.
often in that game that people saw him as a target, and every time somebody played against him, the referee would just waiver a play on because Neymar likes diving, and that is what makes it. That's why he's never won a Ballon d'Or because he doesn't take himself seriously. Imagine a player who
True.
doesn't take himself seriously. How are we expected to take a player like Neymar seriously when he doesn't take himself seriously? It dives all over the place. You do tell me. Do let me know. Do let me know why I would take such a man seriously.
He's not a player anyone has to take seriously. But I feel if US right now could just push and get one goal, I'll be very, very delighted. How many yellow cards does the US have?
Well, boss, you'll be likely to understand that there's not been a single yellow card in this game. This referee has
Oh,
been greedy, has not given a single yellow card in this game. But again, none of these two teams have been pushing to actually we get the win. So there's not been
maybe
any.
the ref has forgotten his cards in the dressing room.
Definitely, that's one of my predictions. That was my assumption when Weston McKennie is being taken out. But guys, I can officially confirm I'm probably losing today's challenge. So my hair has to go, my beard has to go. Mr. Wamba is winning today.
Definitely. Look, Shaw.
Yeah, this game
At
is
what
gonna.
stage do England start singing it's coming home? After they get to draw
Well,
here or a win?
well, they start singing in the quarterfinals. That's when they start. That's when they start to believe. Oh,
Ah,
George Weah stands.
George Weah is here, the one and only African to ever win a Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, and the son plays for the USA, which is nice because that's how Africans grow.
Life.
That's what.
Ah,
Oh, there
finally. Giovanni Reina and Sargent.
on the same pitch.
on the same pitch. Yo,
Yes, Argentine, Giovanni Reina. Come on, boys. Is that Giovanni Reina's dad?
maybe.
They look alike. Or do you
Okay.
know that my prediction for this game was actually right now it's on the screen?
Your what? Your prediction? What was your prediction?
Draw.
Draw. Did you put it? Did you write it there?
No, I wrote this comment
Oh,
quite
right earlier.
at 21 hours when the game just started. That was my prediction.
Oh, okay. I, yeah, you see, the commentators are talking about England trying to get Marcus Rashford involved. Pass, pass. Come on. I
There,
hate
there,
it
there.
when players make a back pass.
There's Luke Shaw intercepting the ball. This man is a national treasure.
Yeah, Luke Shaw must be protected by at all costs. And,
That's
is
what he
this
used to say
referee
about
even
Ronaldo.
giving cards? Like, do his
Nope, he
cards
has
even
given a
exist?
single card. No card exists in here. No card
I'm
exists. Let
very
me just.
sure. I'm I'm a million percent sure this referee has left his cards back home. They're probably in the
That's.
dressing room.
I'm just right now. I'm basically marking marking the predictions that we made today.
Okay.
Jude Bellingham assist has died, has gone. Sure, today has been a bad day, guys. I'm not gonna lie, bad day at
You
the
know, it's the
office.
first time I've actually watched the US, and my heart actually wants the US to win. Like,
Oh my goodness.
foul. On another day with another ref, that's a yellow card.
Of course, that is a yellow card, but not this guy. This guy doesn't believe in such things. He's got his own religion. Doesn't believe in yellow cards. Yellow cards are not his bread and butter.
I need to know this referee's name. I'll be getting probably under 1.5 yellow cards every game he's in,
Really.
and probably bet my whole salary there. He seems like the
Mm-hmm,
man for the job.
hmm.
Come on, US.
Come on, USA, get that goal, get that win. Well, I don't think England's gonna allow them to get the win. I think this is one of those games that just ends as a draw.
True.
And 5 minutes to play. And have you noticed this is one of those referees who doesn't give lots of additional time. So this game is probably gonna
Yeah,
end. And because there's not many stoppages, because there's not many cards, that means this game is gonna end as it is.
you know, I feel at times referees, such a referee wouldn't even be nice for a final. Those very yellow cards, players complaining, raise the intensity of the game, and in no time you have goals going in. And you know, at times I feel the referee's pacing of the game helps the game be fun and entertaining. If you notice, most games where Janis Kazwe is the ref, it will be high
Mhm.
intensity because everything, like, the ref is contributing, he's playing his part, he's giving yellow cards, players are upset, players are making runs, players are being dropped. Like, you know, the ref is giving cards, so everything is going well, and you know, you just know the ref is playing his part. But this referee, I highly doubt if any of the matches he's actually
Marcus
okay. Rashford
Rashford.
with the ball. Jack Learish with the Rashford.
Rashford with the shot.
Uh, do you feel Rashford should have given that ball to Luke Shaw, who made the extra run?
Yeah, I should have. You should have passed it on to Luke Shaw. Oh, guys, right now on the screen is the updated um, predictions checklist with me losing today. No single correct prediction today. I've the highs and lows. Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be bad. That is me.
The famous words by Gattuso, who
Yeah,
said,
Gattuso. Gattuso was the one.
"Come on, USA."
RSN.
USA, USA, USA.
No, and you know the thing, for the reason that the referee doesn't isn't very controversial, your VAR prediction would never go through.
Exactly, because the referee is just one of those guys who Zinaman versus Hurricane.
Two slow stars.
Nice. And what happened to Hurricane Space? He used to be one of those fast guys at some point.
He's now old. He's one of those guys who lied to us about his age. Now he's old.
Come on. Why would the goalkeeper do that? Oh,
He's driven the
maybe.
what?
Yeah. If I were this guy, I would be turning in and in. Pass the ball. Pulisic, take it wide. Cross Moy. He was supposed to lift it. I hate low crosses.
Why so?
Yo, why do I hate low crosses? I feel it's easy to defend against the low cross as a defender. You just put in your foot and you just make sure the ball faces the other side. But if the cross is in the air, you or mid air, you increase the chances of defenders making errors, or
Mm-hmm.
the chances of your guy actually getting to the ball and scoring.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah, this is one of those 0-0 matches, Wamba. I'd assume the USA would do better, but predictions,
But
all the
why
things.
does this leave the US? Do you feel the US will beat Iran, or do you feel they'll draw against Iran? And
Well, you know how
all
the,
they need is
as
a
you said, as you said in your
all they need is a
prediction,
draw against Iran.
as you
Well,
said in your
that's
prediction, the USA always wins in the Middle East. So we got this. They've got this.
we got this, eh?
Because Gary
Whew.
Southgate, for him to win Jordan Henderson, it just means he's not trying to win this game. He's accepted what his fate is, and it's gonna give the USA a chance to fight for another day.
But does this also give Wales a chance?
It does.
Because if I'm the come on, if I'm the Wales manager right now, I'll be thinking to myself, okay, so if the US pick a draw against Iran, Iran will have 4 points, the US will have three. It means if we beat England, we have three, England has three, US has three, and if we beat them by so many goals, we could finish second. So you'll be
That's a
there thinking of, as a Wales coach to say, we need, I don't know, just a few goals against England and we're good to go.
Yeah, as we get into the final 4 minutes added on by this referee, Mr.
I
Mamba's
feel
right.
this would be very heartbreaking if England scored from this corner. Like, like they don't
Whew.
deserve
They
big
don't deserve
edge.
that.
Well, this is winning headers for England. At United would have probably missed that.
You guys are very critical of Big H.
Hey, we've got Lisandro Martinez. I think Argentina learned life the hard way. If you've got a United player in your team, start him. I like what Uruguay did. They started for Pelestri.
Yeah, Pelestri, yeah.
Yeah, and Pelestri can't start at United, but he started at Uruguay. It shows you the mad talent we have at United currently of young lads.
That is true. There's an attack
Yeah,
like really.
see, Gliwish turns around so much.
Yeah, he is. That's his playing style.
Should probably be playing for no for Ireland. Switch
Yeah, he definitely
nationalities.
will play for Ireland. I think, well, we can't right now. I think he's really enjoying England. He's probably one of the most overrated players, 400 million. And that's why I keep saying the British media could sell you and can sell you sand on the desert and say this is talent.
You know, they made it seem as though Jack Grealish is like the Messi or Ronaldo of second table teams in the Premier League. Like, yeah, like when you look at teams that finish below 10th, like Jack Grealish is the Ballon d'Or guy there. You know, Like the left sides like of Zaha, the left so many good talents down there. They're just like Saint Maxima. They're just like nah, Grealish is the guy because he's English. Come on,
That is true. That is true, Mr. Wamba.
Maguire. Ooh.
We almost had a goal. Hurricane the wire almost gave us a goal.
It's coming home.
Good,
What do you
good.
think? What do you
Your
think?
Hurricane,
You
and I've just cancelled your Hurricane prediction now. He would have gotten that goal, and you'd have probably absolutely smashed this prediction today. Yes, what you were saying?
what would you be thinking right now if you're a USA person? Like, well, your life now depends on you guys beating Iran. Not that I've never done it before, but this
Well,
time
right
around
now,
it will be within 90 minutes and not
oh,
a 20-year war or something.
we are not doing politics here, Mr. Wamba. Calm down, calm down. You know you're a war veteran, and like not a war veteran, you know you like war movies, but yeah, calm down. All right, so ultimately that game is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be good to see, and seeing that Iran actually has the confidence right now, it's gonna be one of those tough matches that we would like to see. But hey, ultimately, let's go on and see that game come at us as a final group game. I'll be excited about the final group games right now. So Berhota is like, it's okay, it's time, it's fine, guys. You guys don't need to win this game because they know they can beat Iran. But never leave your faith in the last minute game because what happens if Iran just changed up that last day?
And Iran have the capability of doing it with the likes of Teremi and several other players.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I
I
well
guess
England. Mm-hmm.
the US are okay with a draw here.
Oh, everyone's okay with the draw. The game is up. All right, guys, the game is done. We're just gonna do a quick recap. Today's predictions: Mr. Mumba has got two, meaning currently his points accumulate to four, meaning that I have to cut my hair because Mr. Mwamba has won this bet today. So give yourself a siren, Mr. Mwamba.
Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah, guys,
dun.
thank you for everyone who showed up to this stream. We are Afrik Football. Remember to like and subscribe. Thank you for 11,000. We'll probably tomorrow be working on our core content, which is Kaiser Chiefs content, or South African football content. So, Mr. Wamba, any last words before we do go off this stream?
Before we go off this stream, thank you for liking Afric Football content. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and tell your brothers and tell your brothers to another brother and to your friends to tell friends to, subscribe to Afric Football and see you next time.
All right, guys, bye. And we are done with this stream. Catch you tomorrow for another stream. Well, whichever we decide will be live, but I think Argentina, Mexico, probably to see how Messi is going to respond. And bye. Bye.